Testing. Oh my.
No.
Oh my. Oh my.
Hey-o!
What? Times Candy? Hello, everybody. So first of all, thank you for coming to this panel. I know that they scheduled us against GM Barrow and all the other things going on at this con. Is obviously a packed convention. They've got so many people here. Thank you for also, thank you to the venue and everybody for actually the panel is actually happening because it moved about 4 times before the convention. So I'm glad that it came together. So anyway, welcome to the EFN panel. I am Final Draft. I am the director of EFN. This is Captain Dan. No, this is Cowboy Dave.
Thank you.
And what was our title we came up for, or with you for? What is that?
I think it was everything.
Well, it was like, okay, so he's like our director of human resources or something, but that sounds awful. So
yeah, I think it was just
anyway,
just manager.
Yeah, general manager.
Yeah, general manager. Yeah,
there we go.
We'll go with that. We'll change the site later. Yeah.
And well, are you supposed to introduce me, or am I introducing myself? You did it for him.
Oh, he delegated.
Always. So always.
He delegated.
Yep. So okay, apparently I'm delegated. So I'm Kiniro. I am Everfree Network's project specialist. What I do is still to be determined. Apparently,
he does everything.
So, yeah, I do a little bit of everything. When he can't do it, I do it. On top of that, I am also the director of KPNY, one of the radio dramas that's on Everfree Network. On top of it being its show liaison and logistics and all that other wonderful stuff. And on top of that, I also work for the news team, where I also work for the news team where I clean up his messes sometimes when PR goes bad. And on the other side, I'm also a professional oh, sorry.
Save that for after the panel.
I'm sorry, Kiniro, this isn't the appropriate venue.
well, to be fair, I was a volunteer firefighter for 5 years, so I had to make some money on the side.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Whoa. Whoa.
Well, I'm Kryptonlogic. I run the news site with the wonderful people that are all here in front of us. Yes, he does fix all my problems because I get myself in trouble a lot.
Well, we actually have, we've got a few of the other members of EFN here, obviously in the audience. I know a lot of you guys know us already, but over here is Index, our new
Coffee boy.
I'm so proud of him because he's doing camera work. You know you're really a part of EFN when you've done camera work at a convention. So this is like, the boy becoming the teenager or something. It's great.
He told me it's going to be impossible to do camera work at a convention because we're not streaming any cons. I was like, we'll find a way.
Yeah.
We'll find a way.
We'll find a way.
And I did.
And then also in the crowd here, we've got Larsis over here.
There is nothing on me right now that identifies me as EFN.
Nothing at all, I'm sure.
You've been branded.
Whatever, Dad.
Your name tag.
Screw you.
And then over here is Reldan, who also works on our news site. And I have been told that you're now working with Osaka Jack on Into the Spotlight. Yeah.
Yep, if you ever read any of our Saturday morning episode reviews, he's the one who writes it.
Leaked or otherwise.
We don't talk about that.
We don't worry about such things.
See, that was a system problem. We're not going to say whose system, but...
And then also over here is Casey, who works with the news team, formerly of Brony Clubhouse. I'm trying to get you to do merch reports. Well, you do merch reports, but what is the history of MLP?
Yep.
So she does a lot of work with that. And then sorted through here, we got Jay Holler in the back there, who I need to speak to about PMV posting at some point.
Holler,
Holler and I have a special relationship because we both live in Minnesota, so I'm constantly harassing him.
It's a very special relationship.
Yo him, Supermoon.
Yep. And then actually, we've got a few other people here. BVids has helped out on our site as well. Tyler's helped out. And what is it? Well, I'll get to it, but there are a couple people who are associated with a new show we're working on. So, ooh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. So, basically wanted to have a panel so we could meet some of the people, at the convention in person. I'm not going to go too much into the history and lengthy boringness of what EFN is, but effectively, we're now 2.5 years old. We started off as Everfree Radio, and we started off as an hour-long podcast that we decided was more interesting if split up because bronies have a short attention span. Shiny red ball. No. So we decided to split it up, and we focused on interviews, we focused on music reviews and all that. From there, we went to BronyCon January 2012. Was anybody else there at that one in the Hotel Pennsylvania? Yeah. And I was in a hotel room there with One Trick and 8-Track, and 8-Track goes, we could stream this. I said, really? What do we need? Well, I got this camera here and we got this thing here, so yeah, we could stream it. And
I've seen that camera, by the way. I'm surprised you're able to do anything with that camera.
I think he uses it as a paperweight now.
Yeah.
So that was the doom of our times, because once we had streamed that, that's what we became known for, was we were the streaming guys. So all of 2012 and all of last year, we streamed pretty much every major convention, save for a couple that didn't want to be streamed or covered live. Sometimes conventions don't want that. And the fandom's changing. It is. And this year we're not doing too much in the way of streaming, just because I think a lot of conventions are looking for people to come in person or be recorded there. But last
year,
year,
the people that were interested in wanting to see what it's going to be like of their convention experience, they're already here.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, and I've always maintained, and I'll say this on this panel here, I've always maintained I believe in convention streaming, because how many people here in the room watched an EFN stream of a convention? And of you guys, did that stream convince you to go to a convention in person? Everybody's hands go down. No, it's one of those things that, when people see it, it's not so much a way to dispel ticket sales. It drives ticket sales for a convention. It makes them bigger because people want to participate. As fun as it is to be, from a camera angle, you're still separated by a screen. And I think that, and I've tried to push this with conventions, but, it's a changing fandom, and people don't, not all the conventions wanted to be streamed this year. So anyway, so for 2 years we did convention streaming all the time. BronyCon last year was the most ridiculous production experience I have ever partaken in my life. Half the people in this room did camera work for us. He's
not kidding.
We had a crew of 30 people at BronyCon last year to do that stream. We had 3 concurrent live streams. We had 2 people managing a $40,000 TriCaster. It was insanity. It was crazy, and we were really proud of that work. BronyCon's not looking to be live streamed this year. Sorry, I know. But after that, we came back from BronyCon and we said, okay, we've put too much focus into the live streaming of conventions when really we started off to be about producing content for the fandom. So we had a meeting, and I said, okay, what can we do to focus more on EFN, the website, on everfree.net? And we had always in the back of our mind been thinking about, starting to do news. And that's when we really started pushing it. And soon after BronyCon, actually, Kryptonlogic here joined the fray and basically stepped in. And some of you don't know this. If you follow him on Twitter, you do. He's actually he's rather mouse famous. He's a big part of the Disney
Mouse
fandom.
famous.
And
Yep.
he's worked with several websites in the Disney fandom and dealing with news and press releases and all that stuff. So he's really been able to come in and basically slap together EF News really effectively over the past several months.
And isn't something that we might be working on in the future for EF News something we can talk about?
No.
In the future.
In the future?
In the future.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we've been, and we've been doing content posting, we've been doing news posting now. And to end my little rant, just to say that our overarching goal at EFN is to provide content for the fandom and to give sources where needed. We work with different groups, we work with other news sites, we work with all of that, and we try to spread it around. Because one thing we had noticed when we really started working on the content posting was that a lot of good stuff was being missed, and a lot of good stuff wasn't being sourced, etc. So we tried to create a system that would let that stuff be showcased. And I think we've been doing pretty good with that.
I think we've been doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
I don't need a microphone for this small room.
So should we start talking about, maybe some upcoming type project things?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to start.
start.
Yeah. So with the news site, when it launched, we try to utilize the same design that Everfree Network uses, and it hasn't worked out to our benefit.
It works, but it's just not as good as it could
Correct.
be.
It could be better.
Yeah.
It could
It's
be improved.
utility.
Yeah. So I'm currently working on a complete redesign and overhaul of the Everfree Network news website, which I know my writers and reporters will be very excited about.
Reldan's happy.
So we're working on that, hopefully launch something in the summer. So it will be easier to get content and easier to post it, and then it'll be easier to access it as well. So you won't ever miss an episode review or a interview, which we're working on to also bring to the table. We're working on a lot of new projects, and we're bringing on board, actually when I get back from BABScon, I'm interviewing 6 more people to bring on to the news team to work with us.
Yep.
So we can expand and continue to grow and have quality, content.
I should say too, some groups out there have tons and tons and tons of staffers. Some groups have only 3 or 4. I think we've got a dedicated group of about 25, do you think? Grand total?
No.
Not for just news. I'm talking about in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for EFN, about 25 people. And, we like that because everybody who works on EFN, they are workaholics. I have been yelling at these two all weekend to stop working because we're not officially doing streaming.
Draft.
Yes.
Shut up. We're working.
We
have to stream.
We had this meetup we did in California with Casey and Tyler there and a whole bunch of other people and Larsis, and we all met in California. And there was a party that Garnica, who's from Southern California, was at, and he was DJing it. He busts out a camera and a laptop. Nick Ha, who works on the BronyCon documentary, was there. And he's trying to wire things up. I'm like, what the hell do you think you're doing? What are you doing? And he's like, shut up, Draft. I'm working. No, but we have a lot of workaholics on our team, and that means that we've been able to accomplish quite a bit with a really intense core group of people. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I interrupted you, didn't I?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
he
done.
he did interrupt you, but there was one thing about the new news site that you were going to be launching. So pretty much you're going to be telling me it's going to be more edgy.
Yeah, can you make it pop a little bit?
Yes, it's not going to be black.
It's gonna have glitter on it.
No gradients.
What about
Sorry,
bedazzling
Kibby,
it?
no gradients.
Are you trying to tell us it will be 20% cooler in 10 seconds flat?
No. He's telling you.
Hashtag 2011.
Get out. No, he's telling you it's gonna have more apple
Where are the
dash.
papers? Where are the papers? Draft.
Yes?
Hold on. I have a solution to this.
Oh, God.
I want you to get out.
So one thing that a lot of people, and I haven't talked about this at any other panels or really publicly too much, the way that we all communicate is we use a program called Mumble. Has anybody heard of that before? Well, aside from the people who in here who use it. Basically it's usually used for video games, but it's the way that we communicate, and you can post images. This image has been posted in our Mumble, 5 times a day at least?
No, more.
More like 50.
The whole weekend. Okay, who's seen Captain America, the new one?
Oh, no.
Or at least heard of the Hail Hydra meme? You know what I'm talking about?
Get out.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we come up and give each other hugs. We're just like, get out.
Also, everybody in this room is going to leave with one of these today. Because you're going to have to get out of this room.
So, I mean...
I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
I actually have a bit of an announcement since I do some show work for EFN, which is what this shirt's for. I'm not going to bother to put it on because it's too much time. Yeah, I'm turning in a draft for that respect. But a bit of an announcement for that radio drama that I work on, KPNY. Actually, we're going to be taking a small hiatus after this next week's episode. But during that time, we are taking some time off. I know I promised this a long time ago. We are finally releasing the comic. The origin comic that we've been working on for over a year.
And I've seen the preview images he sent. It's actually a really well done comic too.
Yeah, and it's something like 90 panels, the whole thing. Wow. And it's taking us a long time to put it together. So while we're on break, we're going to finally release all of it. So for those of you who are listening and for that, so
Well, I guess while we're talking about shows, most of you guys know this already, but I'll just, in general, we do host a lot of different podcasts. That came out of when we first were doing our own podcast, and then I started working with Equestrian Choir, and then I set up Dusty's show, and we did this other stuff. It kind of grew and snowballed. We right now are at about, 15 shows? Is it 15 or 20?
It's 15.
Is it 15?
Yeah, we have 13 active shows, and we have two coming up.
Yeah, we've got a couple of shows coming up. But just to give you an idea of the kind of shows that we do, and I should say, when I say we do, he does his show, but we don't do the show. The way we work, it's the same way that we treat content. Groups will come up to me or send an email and say, I'm looking to do a show. We've got this idea. We want to really, really do... Well, most of them are, I want to be a DJ, but a lot of them are...
Play Discord.
Yeah, play No, but I mean, a lot of them are stuff like, it's true, you'd be surprised. Yep. A lot of them are, I've got this great idea for a show. I want to do a show about brony sports. I've seen that one. I had one that was about martial arts. But they have this idea, and what I'll say is, okay, get me a pilot. When you're doing a show in a traditional media or whatever, they always have a pilot that they produce just to show that they basically can make the show. I have no part of, production. None of us do. In fact, what we tell them is you produce your show yourself. And so it's snowballed. We've added a bunch of shows. We have a new show now called Elements of Harmony, which is pretty popular because it's hosted by Forrest Rain, if you guys know who he is. It also has Starlight Ironhoof. And
Larsis also works on
Larsis
it.
is a big part of that, mostly because he's got a natural narrating voice. Can't be helped. We also, back there, Burned, who snuck into the convention suddenly.
QDR Crusaders here.
QDR Crusaders.
Third of their force.
Which I think you are the longest continually running show, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you haven't skipped a week in the longest amount of time. Yeah, it's been crazy.
We're having our 100th episode in like 6 days.
It's insane.
Yeah, 100th episode.
And they do all their They do all of their production themselves, and it's just been an amazing experience in that sense. So,
love you really.
Where's your ponytail? Is it still there? Oh, is it hidden? Oh, you cut your ponytail.
No. Oh,
Sir. Sir,
please get out.
get out.
That's probably why I didn't recognize him.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
was
walked right by him. I swear.
When he came in, I felt like something was off. And I was like, where's the ponytail? Okay, so other shows that have been coming up. And I am getting a call from Kibby. Do you guys know who Kibby is?
Kibby.
Okay, so I'm just going to put this on speaker really quick. Because right now I'm on the EFN panel. Kibbles, please. Yes. Can I get the room? Can you guys all, on the count of 3, yell Kibbles, please? Okay, ready? 1,
swear to God, Dad.
2, 3.
Bravo.
Kibby is our graphic designer. And I've just been tormenting the poor guy for so long. He's too funny. Okay, so new shows that are coming up. One that is really close to being aired is one that I don't know how many episodes have been recorded so far. Ohad over there would know. Yeah, is Pony Pathfinder, actually. It's, if you guys have heard of it, who knows what Pathfinder is in general? It's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's slightly different. It's a little bit tweaked. Well, there's a pony version of it, the author of which is in the artist alley, actually. He's trying to call back. He can go away. I think he sent me an image. Hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say, he sent you an image. I was trying to swipe it.
Typical Kibbles. Hold on.
He sent a Kermit the Frog face. Scrunching intensifies.
I'll make a vine right now and then tweet that to him so he can't escape.
Do it. Okay, so
He texted Kiniro back.
So you guys gonna say it in 3, 2, 1.
Kibbles, please. Ladies and gentlemen, BVids, ladies and gentlemen.
50 Cent.
So, all right. What's cool about Pony Pathfinder, what they're doing is basically, the author of Pony Pathfinder is part of their group. They are doing a group Pathfinder session, but they're recording it. They're editing down some of the. If anybody's ever played D&D, there's always, haggling. Is that an attack of opportunity? I don't know. 5 hours
Roll
later.
and find out.
Yeah, 5 hours later and 6 cans of Mountain Dew. They're like, oh, okay, it is. No, but they're boiling it down into like the juicy bits and making it into a. I got caught on the phrase juicy bits. It's
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, Toasty Justice is right here.
Yeah, Toasty's right here.
Yep.
Ohad's over there. And then. Oh,
Oh, your editor. Yeah. Hi.
I haven't even said hi to you yet. Hi.
Well,
So it's going to be really cool.
They're that hot off the presses.
Yeah, I'm meeting a lot of the people making this show in person for the first time. And Alex isn't here because God knows where Alex is. He's probably stuck between like elevator floors or something. Literally stuck like a
Stuck
video.
in traffic?
yeah, he's in traffic.
Oh.
Sounds to me
Like excuses.
like he's stuck in excuses.
What was that? What was that?
I've been told.
We couldn't hear you, Draft. What was that?
I garnered from these poor actors over here that they're going to be doing some kind of pranks on me today.
No. Never.
Of course not. When have we ever done that during an EFM panel?
Would your core staff ever do this to you?
Yes. Daily. But you know what? We don't worry about such.
What was that,
You
Draft?
knew it was coming. Good job on his part. He saw it coming and moved the mic away.
I don't want to kill the people listening on headphones at home.
Too late. So Pony Pathfinder is probably going to air in, I'd say, the next couple of weeks here at the latest. They've got how many episodes? Like 20 or whatever recorded, which begs the question how many endless hours they've been playing that game. I just remember the text message I got from Alex. We just bought $400 worth of chairs for this show.
What?
What? I'm like,
What, they
buy me
get
$400 worth of In-N-Out first. Come on. I'll try to eat it.
More like get to the second burger and then quit out.
So there are two other shows that are in development. One has been in, I guess, what's called production hell for too long, and that is Radio is Magic. They used to be a channel on, they had their own channel, then they were with PVL, then they decided they wanted to reform it as a podcast. That one's going to be really cool when it finally happens, and I think the reason why it's taking so long is because of what they're doing. It's a talk discussion show, and they're animating it. So the characters are basically, their OCs or whatever, animated, which I think is really cool. They've got the first 10 minutes of their first episode done, so that's coming out soon. And then also there's another show that we're working on. If you guys have heard of The Loyal Brony and My Little Reviews, he's developing that into a new podcast as well. But, playing it by ear, it's always interesting. So yeah, I don't know. What else you want?
Well, there is another show we're working on.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there is a new show that we've been working on that
You know what we have right here? This is called Détente. This is a Cold War. Don't you dare.
we're at a Mexican standoff now.
I don't know why I'm blinking. It's auditory.
What are you guys doing? We have a new show.
So
Yes.
we do have a new show.
No, we do have a
3 a.m.
What?
in your ear. Just you wait.
I'm glad I'm not staying in your room. Ooh, denied.
Wow.
Hang on. Thank you, Arsis.
But yes, there has been a couple.
Oh
new
yeah,
things.
there is that other show. Okay.
There has been a show that we've been working on in secret,
Yes.
without letting any other people know, and it's something that everyone has always asked Draft this very same question multiple times.
Many times.
And
Here we go.
quite frankly, I think it's time we finally make that show happen.
What?
Oh boy, it's happening.
What?
It's happening.
Are you doing?
It's happening.
We're gonna cook with Draft.
It's happening.
Why the hell do you have an easy bake oven?
Why not?
What is my life?
That's the only thing we could get where we know you can't burn it.
Oh God. Okay, so they're referencing. I did a video on my crappy YouTube channel, which I poorly maintained, and it was a response to Dusty Cat because Dusty had done some cooking video that was really pretentious, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna show how I make mac and cheese. And I made the crappiest mac and cheese ever, which actually tasted pretty good.
So Draft. It was terrible.
Casey is saying she was horrible.
I actually ate that. He's got.
You've murdered her. So
She was
Draft.
crushed.
Hey Draft.
Yes.
You have your choice of what you want to learn how to cook first.
Oh God.
We have whoopie pies, pretzels,
What?
chocolate chip cookies. Those are good.
What in the?
Red velvet cake, and chocolate truffles.
Yeah. This is happening.
It's happening right now, and it's being recorded. It's our first episode.
So anyway.
Yep, this is happening right now.
Okay.
This is debuting on the new Everfree Network.
Okay, you know what? Let's do it by applause, because whatever we make, these guys get to partake in. So, could you
Yes,
name them
so-
off and let's get it by applause.
Red velvet and strawberry cakes,
Boo.
pretzels.
Boo.
Yeah, that's boring.
You don't get to boo.
Whoopie pies.
Now, I got a quick question. Is the enthusiasm because it's whoopie pies or because it's called whoopie pies?
It's called whoopie pies.
Good.
Chocolate cookies. And chocolate truffles. All right, whoopie pies win.
My God. Okay, so
It's
I guess while they
happening.
do that, there's actually
Yeah.
another show that we've been in development. We did a pilot episode of. How many people here have heard of my crappy live stream called
How does this
Final and
work?
Friends?
We didn't
Okay,
plan
I
this
do
through.
a stupid show on a sub channel in VFN. It's not on the main channel called Final and Friends. It's basically me blasting techno and doing.
We don't have a
nonsense.
plug. This is a problem. We didn't plan this through.
We've encountered a technical difficulty.
Why does it have a sticker instead of an actual clock?
Because
Because we know you can't count either.
Well, anyway, that
Yeah.
show was always too, it was always just too goofy, whatever. It wasn't, supposed to be something that was supposed to be like a main channel show. But what we decided was that because of this kind of stupidity that happens behind the scenes all the time,
Hey, Mike.
That's why it doesn't have.
it's made by Hasbro.
this panel's brought to you by Hasbro.
Hasbro.
I get the feeling the venue's going to come and clear us out for making food. No, yeah. So that
the
show
air horn.
is dumb, and and because we have this kind of silly dynamic behind the scenes all the time that almost nobody ever sees. Because our website is pretty clean cut, and our the shows are the shows. We're actually going to be eventually starting a regular show called I can't want to call it Equestrian Unplugged. But it's Everfree Unplugged. It's basically just going to be us shooting the breeze, and just doing our thing. Because, this sort of stuff all the time.
Yep, shenanigans.
You two are ridiculous.
We are.
We were discussing who's going to start the BABScon fire.
And the answer is you. Well, how many of those, how long does it take for that to make those?
We didn't plan that through.
How the hell did you end up with an easy bake oven?
Ohad.
Ohad.
Why are you enabling them?
Ohad, you're awesome.
So I guess while they figure that out, I mean,
You know what, Mike? We just don't worry about such things.
I'm done. I can't even.
I'm
Hold on,
taking
we
over
have a
this
guest.
spot while these Julia children have fun.
Okay. So can we please scale back the air horns? My ears ringing. I guess
Prehead to 20
We
minutes.
got a last one. I promise. I promise.
Yeah.
Someone in the audience has one now, though, so.
I know. I know. Okay, well, I guess, I mean, in general, aside from all of that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should be telling these guys right now.
Yeah,
Well,
we
we're
need
going to
learn how
find
to
that
make
out in a
whoopie pie.
second here.
No.
No, Larsis is going
Let
to
me
read
see
them
it.
in
No,
his announcer
actually,
voice.
No. Can we get everybody? I'm not kidding. Larsis can do a perfect announcer voice. Can you please read these instructions as an announcer?
Actually, tonight here on National Pony Radio, we're going to be going over the dangers of the Easy Bake Oven. To prevent electrical shock, do not immerse in water.
It's happening.
This one's for you, Kiniro. Also, wipe clean with a damp cloth. We recommend that you periodically, I talk good sometimes, examine the toy for potential hazards, that any potentially hazardous parts be repaired or replaced. See back page for company contact information.
Please replace hazardous parts. How are you supposed to know until the problems happened?
Well,
Oops, this
that's
part's
what the
radioactive.
smoke- that's what the smoke is for.
Are we doing a Q&A?
We can. You know what? We should probably.
You detect it by the magic of friendship?
Yep.
I don't even know where the whoopie pies are. They're right in front of you.
These are actually them?
Casey, do you know how to use this?
All right, so
Come help us use this.
okay, while they figure that out, I guess I don't know if
you
anybody came
figure it
here
out?
with any kind of questions for us or anything they wanted to yell or whatever. We can do that while we bake these, and then we can address some whoopie pies. Thank you.
I will not answer questions about the season 4 finale, sorry.
So about the season 4 premiere.
Oh, that thing. Okay.
Don't worry about that.
I'm gonna go down the line here. So yes. We changed from Everfree Radio to Everfree Network because Nash nagged me until we did. No, we started off as Everfree Radio because we were just a podcast. And what ended up happening is because we kept posting different things of content, other podcasts, effectively we became more of a network, especially with our radio station, than we were just a radio program. So I liked the sound of EFR better than EFN, but Nash, who, if you guys don't know, is our site coder in Sweden, that's why he's not here right now, he was insistent that our site be consistent and that everything would be logical, and I still can't get over it that there is an Easy Bake Oven on this table. What?
I'm going to try not to...
It's ridiculous.
Draft, you need to do this. This is your prank.
It's not my prank.
Yeah, you're doing this.
Casey's being
It's cooking
Team
with
Mom
Draft,
right
not
now.
cooking with Casey.
No.
But they're whoopie pies.
Guys, I'm sticking with the original title. This is not Cooking with Draft. This is Cooking with Julia Children.
So yeah, it's that's why we switched to Everfree Network where we went. Okay. Oh, he's back there. Okay. I didn't post that. But you know what? I think a lot of people. Okay, and I bet everybody else. This is just my personal opinion. While they figure this out, because of the number of guests that this convention has, I think a lot of people who are veterans of LPU came in here thinking that it's possible it would do the same thing. It's not going to. I mean, obviously, they're way better run. It's way better run. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not. But I know a lot of people who brought their LPU badges with them to this convention.
Oh boy.
I may or may not have done the same, but no, it's looking good. So, yeah. No, that would assume that there is a plan for Saturday Night Songs. Do you guys know what Saturday Night Songs is? I know it's a lot of people who, yeah. Saturday Night Songs is a live show I do every week with
pure chaos.
with Michelle Krieber, who's the voice of Apple Bloom, and actually for the past few months, it's also been with Black Griffin, if you know who he is, amazing musician. It's by far the biggest trial of my sanity that I've had in many years. It's just it's crazy.
I can tell you guys that
He does our producing.
I do the producing for the show, and I've had like, okay, it's 15 minutes to show. Where's everybody?
Yeah.
It's like we're just finishing filming this segment. It's like, okay, that's fine. And then it's uploaded like 5 minutes into the show. Here, go download it, and we'll play it in 10 minutes. Like,
Seriously,
Okay.
it's a great show, and the Kriebers are an amazing family who are really talented and everything. But it's always by the seat of our pants because at any given moment, like any week, it's always live on Saturday. It will be 5 minutes to showtime, and I'll be like, "So, have we heard from them? Nope. Are we gonna have a video that we're playing? Well, we're gonna get an agenda. We'll see, and then like at 8, I'm thinking Central Time, but at 8:59 p.m. and we're supposed to go live at 9. Suddenly, oh, here's the video link. Here's the agenda. Okay, we're ready to go. And so it's like, okay, and 5, 4, 3, we're live.
Yep.
All the time. There have been episodes, and I'm not going to admit to which ones, where I didn't know what we were going to be playing until the 20 minutes in. And the reason why is because those guys are so busy. They are constantly working. So if we don't get it in advance, it's because they're either filming something new or they're off, like Michelle's doing a voice for something or dancing or singing or whatever. It's
on one Saturday Night Songs episode, she actually called in from the dance studio.
Yeah,
She
called in from the dance studio one time. But there's some cool things that are going to be coming up with that show, actually. For example, and I know Nolan here is going to be there. I'm also in a completely separate capacity, the head of MLP MSP, which is a convention in Minneapolis. And they're going to be there.
Plug.
We're going to do a live SNS there. So that's going to be pretty cool. Minnesota represent.
Just for the record, we thought this Easy Bake would actually be easy. Captain Murphy from C-Lab 2021 just makes it
Are you
so
seriously
easy.
mixing water from the lobby for this?
Yes. You should be, but
How
you're being
many
lazy.
EFN employees does it take to make brownies? A lot.
Moon pies. Moon
Whoopie
pies.
pies.
Whoopie pies, whatever.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Do the work. Mix it.
This
Use
is
your
a final
fingers.
draft cooking show.
This is the most this is the sort of thing you get like a government para-drop. Like, look at this. 394 Easy Bake Chocolate Brownie Mix, artificially flavored. This unit not labeled for retail sale.
I believe Larsis
Appealing.
has the directions for us.
Larsis?
In a world where you pour 1 chocolate brownie mix and 1.5 teaspoons of water into a bowl, stir and press the mixture together until it's thick and doughy.
Proceed.
Sprinkle flour on your hands and roll the mixture into a ball. Split the ball in half to make 2 equal pieces.
I don't have flour. I don't have a mixing implement.
You have excuses.
What am I hearing?
Hold on.
No!
We're all gonna be deaf.
So there were some more questions. I can't do this because we don't have flour or anything. And then what is this?
It doesn't
What
matter.
is this?
We're gonna
Water
do
from the lobby.
Yeah, measured.
She did half
So
the
what, you want me
work.
to pour this into that?
Yes, and then mix it for our amusement.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? I'm tired of this. I'm going back
There
to being
is
dad.
so much stupid happening right now.
You're spilling it everywhere.
This isn't.
Let's. Oh my. What is happening?
It smells really good.
You're making a mess. More get out cards.
Shove it.
No.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm glad they were that useful.
Okay, now how am I supposed to mix it?
Yeah, you roll it up into a little spoon.
This is by far the dumbest thing I've ever done in a convention.
Are you really sure
And I
about
was an
that?
LPU.
I was just gonna say LPU.
Okay, so while I do this stupidity, does anybody else have a question?
Yeah, I'll-
Yes.
Luigi.
Any thoughts on the upcoming 20th anniversary of the White Bronco chase?
Wow. It has been 20 years. Okay, I was in 4th grade at the time, and my 4th grade math teacher was actually playing. This actually worked. What the heck?
Told you. Do it. I don't question it. Just follow directions.
So I was in 4th grade at the time, and my 4th grade math teacher had it on TV, and I asked what was going on. He's like, "This idiot just isn't stopping for the police."
Way to go, OJ.
I don't know. He's in jail for other things now, so, you know.
Yeah, apparently armed robbery can put you in jail. Who would have thought?
Well, what I love is that he was doing that because he was saying he was trying to recover his own, like, memorabilia. That was his argument. But I guess that needed a gun.
So I think I see a question for from Jay Holler in the audience.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Oh.
So, you may have observed earlier we had the Goldie Awards.
Oh, yeah.
Folks know the awards for this random fandom. They forgot to give you guys your award, specifically for you. And
What's it for?
This is the award for being a connoisseur of Chinese buffets in the greater Minnesota area.
Thank you, sir.
Not only that, you didn't win one award. Oh no, you won 2 awards. This is for remembering the password to your laptop.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't me. That was PBL. Oh.
Oh, and since we're
I love
giving
how
out-
he's trying to make this into like a macaroni thing, but it fell over, so he had to.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, let's see every time. Actually, I'm gonna need these back.
Do you want the macaroni? Okay, so I've mixed this now. What do I do?
Roll it into 2 balls.
But where am I supposed to put it?
In the tray.
But Mom.
But Daddy, since we're giving out pointless awards here, I also wanted to present something to you, Draft.
Oh God.
For an appreciation for all the hard work you've put into hardly work, you know. I had to present you with this copy of
God.
Netscape Internet Essentials Deluxe 4.5. So a copy of Cyber Patrol 1 year free.
I thought you threw out all your old CD-ROMs. He was
I
cleaning.
saved one for you.
Oh. Updated.
Yeah, it's up to date.
CD-ROM for Windows 98.
I just realized when I handed that to him and I said Netscape, people are like, whatever that is, and now I feel old.
This is pointless.
This whole panel is pointless.
And that's why it's fun.
It goes in here.
Okay, so that would have been. This looks like an Altoids tin.
It's pretty close.
Giraffe,
I
you
don't
have-
want to do
Giraffe.
this. Is dumb.
Hey, Giraffe, you have 15 minutes to cook. Go.
We need to cook.
We need to cook, Giraffe. He did not
There's
win an award.
no way you can do that with this. I'm making one lump and we're cutting it, and you all are gonna like it. God,
I can't.
Thing for this.
What do you need?
this is so stupid.
Aw, what's happening?
Where's Dusty? He's
Okay,
a cook.
We'll have this on record, but also while he's doing that,
I'm gonna go back to work on Tuesday. They're gonna be like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "In front of people, I used an easy bake oven in the worst possible manner." Well, how did you use it? Well, I put it in a plastic cup. I mixed it with a rolled up foil package. I then slopped it onto an Altoids tin.
How would you ever survive in the wild, Draft?
This is why they have McDonald's. I'm not supposed to cook.
Yeah, he's
Do I
gonna
have
put it in the
to?
machine, but while he's messing with it,
Can't get it to dollop. I just have to scrape it. What is my life?
What is your
Okay,
life?
so I think you had a question.
wait, before the question, I just wanted to do one thing, and I had this for Kryptonlogic.
Aw.
I know your favorite pony.
Is it blushing? Aw.
That is appreciation for your work on the news site.
Aw, thank
You've
you.
done a lot of good work, so
Thank
you
you.
deserve it. And you need more pony stuff. This is his first pony convention.
It
by the
is,
way.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the worst thing of all time.
I can't even look at it without.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Yes.
Yes. Well, not up close. We have the close up on our camera. But...
It's beautiful.
You know what this looks like I'm working with?
No. Don't say it.
Do you know what this looks like I'm working with? I got crap all over my hands. I never was good with this crap.
And don't make mac and cheese.
All right, who wants us to bake this? Go and bake it.
Nope, you gotta do it. You have to go put it in the oven.
I'm sorry, I need to lick the crap off my hands.
And match your shit-eating
Hey, draft. We even have a timer so we can keep count of the
Actually
time.
tastes pretty good.
You're not supposed to eat it raw.
I hope you made
I'm
enough
doing
for
this.
everybody.
Okay, what's the
Yeah,
plan
you're doing
here?
it. You put it in the oven. Yeah, let's show that.
Did you make enough for everybody? Oh boy, you're gonna burn yourself. Oh.
I just want to point out that it says here, first step, spray baking pan with cooking spray, so.
Wow. Fail.
You know, this is supposed to be an easy bake oven, but there's nothing easy about this.
It is the
It
hard
doesn't
bake
include
oven.
half the things. How is this easy?
Now it did.
That's true. Easy at making comedy.
Now, I just want to point out that conventions always take out insurance to secure the venue and all of that. When this catches on fire, that little box the company provides you for what happened isn't going to be big enough.
And when this does catch on fire, it will be directed immediately to the exit
I
at the
look like
rear
I'm
of the
doing what half the
room.
fandom
There's
wants
one
me to
behind the projector screen, and there's two going out to the hall. So everyone just want to line up in a nice, orderly fashion and proceed out of the hotel while we run out the back door.
So who has any more questions?
Dave, what the heck?
What did you do to it?
I don't like this. You broke.
She's showing off her real Pegasus colors.
Oh my.
Yes. On the Purple Wedding?
Oh, it was amazing.
Okay.
He is
I
gone,
am a
thank
huge
God.
Game of Thrones fan because it's amazing. Okay, yeah. First of all, I'm that hipster. I'm that hipster who read the books 6 years ago, so I knew it was coming.
Hang on.
But I mean, they did a great job with it. I really like what HBO's doing because.
No, draft, get out.
Shut up. No, I think HBO could have easily changed things around from the original books to make it more viewer friendly. They could have I mean, this is not spoilers of this, but they could have let Rob and the rest of the family live or whatever, and they stuck to the books, and I respect that. So I also think it's kind of funny because the guy who plays Joffrey, the actual actor is amazing. If you ever see he did a lecture at Oxford about like the power of celebrity or whatever. He's a genius. He's really good. But he does such a great job of playing such a hateable character. Everybody thinks, oh, this guy's a douche, whatever.
Yep.
He just did that good of a job. So
It's like you.
So on the one hand, I was almost sad to see him go because he was such a wonderfully hateable character, and there aren't that many of those out there that you actually want to see go. And then well.
I think people actually baked cakes in celebration when he died. And everyone else 15 years ago when the books came out, they were like,
Well, when I read it, I was like, huh.
Like,
This is
about
so
time.
smart.
Yeah, there's all these things.
So yes.
Casey?
I have no idea.
Casey, why are there extra bags?
15 minutes?
Favorite convention? Of all things I've ever been to, or that we've been to, or it's EFN stuff. Favorite convention?
We picked the hardest.
I don't
to
know.
cook.
That's a really hard question.
LPU.
You know what? I will admit to this, and this is something a lot of people don't know. After LPU, I still think this is hilarious. Me and does anybody? I know some people here know him personally, but Fulner, do you guys know who he is? He's vice chair for BronyCon this year. He and I, at the end of LPU, after everything was done and we had already, we get the money donated and all that stuff, we went to the slot machines. I bought a Miller Genuine Draft because draft. And I sat at the Monopoly machine for about 20 minutes just doing that because it seemed like it was appropriate. But
Lord of the Rings, where you lost like $100.
you know, it's hard to pick one because I think there are elements of each convention. This is probably true for everybody here who's been to more than one Brony convention. There are elements of each convention that I think stick out. Like I think of Everfree Northwest 2012 when I first met Andrew Francis, and the whole time I'm running around the lobby yelling, "Dr. Francis!" You know, it was just ridiculous, and it was a lot of fun. But at the same rate, there was that hill. If anybody was there, it was a hill that had to be trudged up to get between their two venues. Luckily, now they're at the Hilton in Seattle, and that worked out. I mean, last year's Everfree Northwest went really well. Last year's BronyCon went really well. But the BronyCon before that, I mean, there were so many stories that came out of it. Like we were live streaming BronyCon 2012 June, the one that was in pungent Secaucus, New Jersey. I added the adjective pungent, but I think it was earned. Also, it's New Jersey, so I think the whole state applies.
Yep.
No, but I mean, during that, of course, there was that infamous fire. Well, we were the ones live streaming it, and I can't stop laughing at that because we were live streaming a light fixture burn to 2,000 people. And we were the last ones out of there, and it was just this little stupid fire. And then next thing you know, we're seeing, you know, what's that Adele song? You know, instead of Set Fire to the Rain, it's I Set Fire to the Con, and they're using the footage that we had of the thing on fire. I was just laughing so hard at that. So it's hard to pick one. There are like memories from each that I really like. And I think it's probably true for these guys. I bet his favorite PonyCon so far, though, is BABScon, because it's his only one so far.
No. Yeah.
Get out.
Okay. He had his hand up first, and then you.
So, what does it feel like to use an easy thing out?
Just Drive, tell us.
Pretty
We're
shitty.
gonna write a review on the site about it. Don't say what you're feeling.
Apprehension. I'm really afraid of what's going to come out of that thing. I don't want to know. I mean, that is literally an abortion of baking. That was an unwanted child of
It
a
smells
pastry.
pretty good.
Actually, kind of does.
Yeah, it's
Well, it was
sad,
good,
but
it was good batter.
it's just goo.
I
It's
almost
like,
asked whether or not it was okay to eat the batter, and then I realized this is for kids, and I don't think they're gonna let 12-year-old girls die from eating that. But yeah, ridiculous.
You have
Okay.
another question?
What's your favorite moment with Saberspark and/or AC?
Okay, my favorite moment was Saberspark. Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel.
At EQLA, the first one, we went to Disneyland. Saberspark is deathly afraid of roller coasters. He can't handle
No,
them.
it's the height. It's just the height. Like
No, it's
the
all of it.
drops. He just no.
And-
not even the Pirates of the Caribbean ride where it's like this gentle, like 20-foot slope. He starts screaming and grabbing onto me and just screaming right in my face.
There are videos of it, and we went to I think it's not Screaming Over California, California Screaming or
California
whatever.
Screaming.
Okay, I can't misname it because this
Nope.
guy here knows everything about Disney.
Yep. Tell them about that time I knew what restaurant you were in.
Yeah,
Plate.
Dave and I, back in February, I tweeted out a picture of a burrito I was eating while we were at Disneyland during, our little meetup called Evercon, which some people thought was a real convention. That was funny.
That was funny.
I got a couple direct messages, where do I buy tickets? I'm like,
Well, see, that's the thing. We can't just meet up. If we're just meeting up just in general, we think we're slightly crazy. So we had to make it a convention.
yeah, we did. Anyway, I took a picture of the burrito and I tweeted, sometimes you just have to have what you want, because I was in the mood for that and I was eating with Dave. Less than a minute later, this guy tweets back. He wasn't there. And he's like, "Oh, you were at this restaurant. What was the name of it again?"
Cocina Cucamonga.
Exactly. Yeah. Because he knew which restaurant we were at by the food. There wasn't anything else to tell. Just crazy. But anyway, that was my favorite moment with Saber for sure. Was him screaming on the roller coaster, and like he had steeled himself against. I'm sorry, what was it called again?
California Screaming.
Thank you. He had steeled himself against California Screaming. He's like, "I'm good for this. I'm an adult. I can handle this." And he's like fidgeting and worrying. And one of the people, one of the cast members goes, "There are 4-year-old girls who ride this." And he goes, "Shut up, you." We sit at the front of the car. and we pull up, and if you guys have ever been on that roller coaster, what it does is it pulls up, and then it will stop, and and then it like goes 3, 2, 1, and then shoots off. As soon as it says 3, he's like, I'm not ready for this.
We actually have a picture. Someone was actually videotaping.
Josh
it
Dean
took
was.
off. Oh god. No.
Hello, standby.
Oh, you got some on you too, huh?
I did.
Taste it. It's good.
Oh my.
Here,
Maybe.
have some more. All right.
No, but there's a picture of Saber's face when it first launches, and he's like,
Yeah. And we go up the first loop. He's like, "Oh God in heaven, Jesus in Christ!" Funny as hell. AC? Well, he went on the roller coaster with us one time to record it. And I did a Bronies React once for the season 3 finale, and that was kind of fun to do because I had never done one.
We have a question.
Yeah, we got a question back there. I mean, I know, and I can say for myself, and I'm pretty sure for everyone on the table here and anybody who's worked at a convention for streaming, for us is that's why we do it. Because honestly, is the reason we put in all that time was to help build a community, because it gets people to these things. And that's the number one thing about these conventions, and this is a really good example of that. You put enough bronies who know each other in one area, they cannot but have fun. You know what I mean? Like, they have to almost have fun. There's no way not to. And it's just it's so great. Okay, you.
Before he asks this question, sorry, just that we've been told that we're a little limited on time, so that will probably
How much time
be
do
our
we
last
have?
question.
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay, we'll do it fast.
We have.
Have you brought up the fact that some roadies can't afford to go to cons?
Yes.
The only way that they can ever even
Especially the ones that are in the military and deployed overseas. Those are the ones that I sometimes will cite as a good reason, because I've had messages, somebody like, I was in Afghanistan and the only way I saw BronyCon was because you guys were streaming it. And I mean, that's hard to respond to, first of all, because think about their sacrifice. But second of all,
Especially when after that they're like, well, I can't wait to see it next year because I'm still on deployment. Like,
one of my best friends in this fandom is Osaka Jack, and he does Into the Spotlight. He lives in Japan. He lives and works in Japan. He's only been to one convention ever, aside from the Japanese convention that's there now. They've actually started one, so good on that. But he's only been to one major convention ever, and that was Everfree Northwest last year, and he had to save for 2.5 years to do that. And so he was there for 3 days. He had spent multiple thousands of dollars to be there. Without those streams, there was no way he was really going to be able to do that. So it's kind of sad to me that a lot of conventions don't see that. Because the truth is, to stream a convention, it's an investment. They have to pay the venue for a certain amount of bandwidth. And beyond that, for us to do it, we need equipment. We need to be able to get ourselves to it. We all have day jobs. He's called Cowboy Dave because he's actually a cowboy. He was rustling cattle just the other day. I'm not kidding. He's from South Dakota. I do electrical repair as a day job. We have to make ends meet. This isn't this fandom doesn't really pay money. So
Kiniro, you're at Best Buy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually an electronic technician at Best Buy, and most of the time I have to take off. It's almost like contract work too. So
I mean, the way I look at it is and now that I'm working with a convention, I look at it like I have 3 jobs right now. I have my day job, I have EFN, and I have right now the convention, but that's my own fault. So in the end, I think conventions almost have taken it for granted, honestly. The idea that, people are going to, come and that they're going to just be there naturally. What?
It's done, draft. It's time for you to push it up.
Yeah.
And our panel's done too.
So anyway, just wanted to just say that I think it's a bit of a shame they don't want to invest in it, but they will someday. They'll see. All right. Anyway,
We gotta check the moon.
we gotta
pies,
check
I
this
guess.
Easy Bake Oven.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's burning chocolate. Go.
Oh,
check.
God.
You have to fix it.
Where's the colorful spatula?
Also, before you guys leave, come pick up one of our beautiful Get Out things.